Hello and welcome back to Flourish Field. In this tutorial, we're going to continue the catch game. The catching game. Now, this is the part 2 of the catching game. Just let me show you where we stopped, and we're going to continue from there. So, we actually started like this. So, this is where we are so far. So, when I click on flag, so that's it. That's a good introduction. So now what we want to achieve in this game is we want this apple to drop, and then we want to control this sprite also to catch the apple. So when we catch the apple, we get our scores. All right, let's go right into it. All right, so we're going to start with click inside, and we're going to start with our bow. Now the first thing we want to do is to be able to move our bow left and right, and then there are different ways to do that, but for this tutorial we're going to be using this method. So we're going to go to event, and then we'll click on when right arrow key pressed here, and then we'll drag another one and click on when left arrow key pressed. All right, so that's what we're going to use. So now when right arrow key pressed, we want the ball to move to the right. So to do that, you just go to motion, and then you change X by 10. That's all. So change X by 10, positive 10. If you press positive now, so when we press, now it goes to the right. You see that? So that's it. And what about for the left? For the left, we just go change X by negative 10. That's all. And we've been able to move our sprite left, right, sprite left, right. So one thing I want to add to this is that when we click on flag, now when we click on the start button, we want this ball to always remain at the center. To always remain at the center, and that was what we did right here by placing this. So if I move this right there and then I click on start, it's always starting at the center. So we're done with the left and right movement. So you see, we can move our sprite left and right. So we're ready to catch the apples. Now, how do we give instructions that would make the apple fall? So the first thing we need to do is to change the Y position of this apple. To do that, you go to when I receive start game. So that is when we want to start moving the apple. So when I receive start game, I want to change my position for Y, and I'm going to go to motion and then change Y position. That's just it. So we change Y position by -5 because we want it to drop. So it's going to be minus. So negative will actually allow the apple to drop. Now let's check it out. Now if you look at this Y position, currently it's 161. So let's bring it down a bit and check the position again. You see it's dropping. Let's bring it down again. So it's to tell you that negative position will always drop. So let's check it out. So when I click on this now, let's see. You see the Y is actually dropping. You see that? So that's the way we want it. So it's dropping like that. That is exactly what we want. But now, for it to continue moving, you need to put it in the forever loop so that it continues moving like that. So now let's check it out. Let's check that out. That's exactly what we want. Let's go again. Exactly what we want. Exactly what we want. Let's go again. That is exactly what we want. So we need to change our X. We need to change our Y by -5, and then that is it. So what we want next is that, if this apple touches the ball, we want to make a sound, like a pop sound, pop, pop. So to do that, you're going to use the if block, and you put it inside the forever loop still, and then you're going to go to sensing and scroll down to if touching. Yeah. So now if touching what? You click on the arrow and select bow. Now if touching the bow, I want it to make a pop sound. Pop. Or probably let's use this, make the sound. Alright, now let's check that out. No. Sorry about that. Let's check it out. But it keeps that's the sound. Pop. Yeah. So now we after doing that, so when it gets the sound, we want it to go back to the top. All right, we want the apple to go back to the top. So to do that, you just use the same function right here, which says what? Go to random position and set. So you copy and paste and then put it inside. That's all. So let's analyze the code again. So when I click on the button, this will actually make the apple drop, and then if it touches the ball, you make a sound. After making the sound, this code actually returns the apple back to the top. Let's check it out. See that? You see that? So the top. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we're good to go. Yeah, it's already looking more like a game now. Yeah, that's it. All right, that's it. Yeah, so that is exactly what we want. But we're not done yet. Now what we want again is that um we want to keep the score. Yeah, we want to keep the score for this game. So we want it to be that when the apple touches the ball, we increase the score of the user. Now, to do that, we're going to create a variable, and then we're going to call the variable scores. Yeah, that's it. And we're going to set score to equals to 0 whenever we start the game. So set score to equal to 0 whenever the game starts again. And then you're just going to change score by 1 whenever it touches. So that is exactly what we want. So now let's check that out. So what we did actually to keep the score is just to set score to 0 whenever the game starts again. And then after that, we change score by 1 whenever it touches the ball. Now let's check it out. Yeah, 1. Can you see that? Yeah, 2. That's exactly what we want. 3, 4. You see that? 5. You see that? But now let's miss it apple. Let's see what happens. Nothing happens. It just stopped right there. But that is not exactly what we want. We want it to be that when it touches the ground, we need it to go back to the top. And at the same time, we want to reduce the score by -2. That is the challenge of the game. So when we miss an apple, it goes back to the top and then subtracts 2 from our scores. Now to do that, we're going to go to an event that says when I start the game now, I want it to be that if we use if block. Now if my y position, now don't forget the position of this is what? When we set the position, we set it to be what? Let's check the ball again. -50. So that is what we're going to use now. If the y position of this apple is less than 150, go back to the top. Yeah, so to do that, we go to motion and we set y position. If my y position is less than, so go to operator and say less than. So now we're checking if y position is less than -150. Yeah, let's see -160. All right, yeah, so -160. All we need to do is we want it to go back to the top, so we're going to use the same code to turn it back to the top. All right, now let's check that out. I took that 1, 2. Now let's miss 1 and see. You didn't go back to the top. Now I want you to tell me why. The reason is because we failed to put this in a forever loop. It only executed once. Let's check it again. Let's take this back to the top. Let's just check it once. It only executed once, so it needs to continue. Now to do that, just click on control and then put it in around forever loop. And let's check that out now. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what we want. Yeah, but now we want a condition whereby if it drops, we need to change score by -2. To do that, just go back to your variable and then just change score inside that by -2. You're changing scores by -2. All right, so that's it. So now let's check that out one more time, and before we. All right, let's go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Increasing. Now let's miss 1 and see. Let's miss 1. -2. That's 3. Can you see that? Yeah, that's the fun part of the game. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. All right, so for now, that'll be all for this video. I want you to take it a step at a time. In the next video, what we want to do is to improve on this game. What we want to achieve is we want to create a condition for you win. So when the user gets to 100, we tell the user that you win the game. When the score gets to -1, we tell the user you lose. And we want to complicate the game a little bit. So when the score gets to 50, when the score gets to 50, we want this apple to increase in number. We want to increase the number of apple by 1. So the apple starts, multiplying, and then the game gets tougher. So that is what we are going to achieve in the next video. I want you to stay tuned. I want you to watch the video, follow along with this video, subscribe to our channel to get more challenging Scratch projects. I hope you enjoy this. Don't forget to like, share this lovely channel with your friends, and we'll wait for the next video. Bye.